What's going on? It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. We back with the Boxing Clinic, and yes, you read it right. According to Dan Rayfield, I'll leave a link in the description to the article. Multiple sources, according to Dan, says that Miguel Cotto will be taking on Sadam Ali in his final fight in December, Madison Square Garden, and David Lemieux potentially is going to be on that undercard. David Lemieux turned down Danny Jacobs in the Billy Joe Saunders fight to wait on Miguel Cotto, and the fight didn't happen. You know, I told you guys it didn't sound like it was happening when I did the Billy Joe Saunders and David Lemieux point of view yesterday. And, you know, look like Sadam Ali, it might be a catchweight. I'm not sure about that, or he might be moving up to 154 pounds. We know Sadam Ali got stopped by Jesse Vargas, and now is making the comeback. You know, do I like this fight for Cotto? Yeah, it's all right. You know, I thought he could have just fought Kell Brook in December, but maybe Kell Brook's not ready. Because Kell Brook said he was fighting for the WBO Junior Middleweight Championship in December. Maybe he's going to wait till Miguel Cotto vacates and go ahead and snatch that up next year. Because, you know, maybe he didn't want to go through enough tough fight with Miguel Cotto. If you haven't seen Sadam Ali fight, he's a good coordinated boxer. He just moves too much. He doesn't know how to stand his ground. Doesn't have that enough aggressiveness. You know, we thought he was on the rise when he stopped Aregu, but then Vargas broke him. You know, Vargas broke him with pressure, and he couldn't do. He just couldn't. I mean, he got tired from moving. He don't know how to be a stationary target. Sometimes you can't move all the time. Sometimes you gotta hold. You gotta plant and generate your full power and get that respect. Sometime in the fight, you know, not many fighters can win a fight moving all night. At some point, you have to sit down and be aggressive, and that's Sadam Ali's issue. I haven't seen him fight since he lost to Jesse Vargas. I think he's been on ESPN, and I think both of these guys are golden boys, so you understand why fights get made. You know, it's an in-house fight, easy to make, and it's Miguel Cotto's going away party. I don't think he's in any danger of losing in this fight. It's definitely a shoe-in fight for me. Sadam Ali, man, like I said, I haven't seen him fight since he's lost, but Cotto should be able to get the stoppage, in my opinion. A lot of people thought Sadam Ali was going to be a big-time welterweight. I thought I seen that potential in him, you know. He got stopped by Jesse Vargas, and he just didn't continue to grow and as a fighter, and he's from the New York area, so it makes sense, you know, for Cotto to fight a guy from the New York area. I told you guys, I never thought he was going to fight David Lemieux. It made no sense, you know. David Lemieux didn't have a title at 160. I think he probably was trying to ask David Lemieux to come down and weight. I told you guys that wasn't going to happen. You know, Miguel Cotto, why would he move up to 160 now? He didn't move up for Triple G. He didn't move up for Daniel Gill. Why did he move up to 160 for David Lemieux when David Lemieux virtually brings nothing to the table and doesn't pull a crowd outside of Canada? He wasn't going to Canada. So it didn't make sense, you know. I told you guys, David Lemieux was struggling to make 160 at one point in time as he came off from a layoff. He couldn't get too far down. I don't think he could make under 160, and I don't think he was willing to make that concession. So he's going to move on to the next, and now he's trying to dig up old beef with Billy Joe Saunders and try to get an offer. But, you know, Billy Saunders is probably, a.k.a. Mr. No Second Chances. Shout out to Yo Gotti if y'all know that song. So, you know, Billy Joe Saunders going to do his own thing. Hopefully him and David Lemieux can fight on the undercard. I don't think so. You know, I bet Danny Jacobs can get that shot versus David Lemieux on the undercard, but he's gonna take a Luis Cuba-Aricia. But you know, this is a formidable fight. You know, see if Ali is back. You know, is back to form. See what he learned. See if he got better. And for Sadam Ali, I think it's just the right fight. You know, he wasn't trying to seek out them killers at 147. He wasn't trying to fight Earl. He wasn't trying to fight Lamont. He wasn't trying to fight Sean. Nobody like that. I know why they didn't put him in there with Lucas Matisse, because Matisse going back down to 140. Apparently, Oscar trying to make him and Adrian for a 140 title. So, you know, this is a okay fight. I'm not gonna shit on it. Ali still got potential. One loss don't kill you, but the way he got knocked out, you know, he got some things to work on. I think Andre Warzer is his trainer. Paulie is a good consultant with him. They gotta teach that kid how to sit down. You know. You can't move or fight. You know, you have to sit down, and then when you plant, you can do your upper body movement as well. He trying to move and move his head and look cute and look pretty doing it. This ain't a cute or pretty sport. You got to get your hands dirty sometimes. And does he have the talent to compete with Miguel Cotto? Of course he does. But did he learn from his loss? Did he learn from his mistakes? Will he make the adjustment? That's the thing. It's hard to get a guy out of his habits, man. You know, a guy that's used to moving and boxing like an amateur style that he has, they have to get him to sit down. If he does sit down, man, he might as well go ahead and retire. You know, you got to sit on your punches and be aggressive sometimes and come forward. You know, you can't just box and walk everybody in the punch, especially a veteran like Cotto. And Cotto probably try to end him with that left hook. You know, I'm not surprised Miguel Cotto went out like this, man. He passed over Mikey Garcia, which to me would have been a better fight. You know, David Lemieux, I knew it wasn't going to happen because he couldn't make under 160. Kell Brook must not be ready. So, you know, they reached for Sadam Ali. We'll see. You know, I didn't see him fight on ESPN, but this is a solid, formidable fight. We gone.